Hey everybody, I'm Jack. This is Raw Tropical Living. Thanks for joining me today. I am having a lazy Sunday here in South Alabama, and I have no guilt about it because it's just a little over a month to the Woodstock Fruit Festival, and I'm buckling down. I'm basically just working non-stop until then. Got a lot of stuff I want to get done before I take off to go up to New York. I'll be up there about 10 days because I'm going to stay in Albany 2 nights before the festival, 1 night after. Anybody that watches me going to Woodstock, give me a shout if you're going to Woodstock. But anyway, today we're going to talk about how much fat on the raw food diet. I do videos every day, so if you're not already, I'd really appreciate if you go down there now and hit that subscribe button. Then click on the little bell and check send notifications so you'll stay subscribed to the channel. I've done a number of these. I was looking back through. I've done how much fat in a raw food diet, because it's one of those subjects I just, you continually get questions about it. And I'm coming more and more as I do videos every day for several years now to understand you have different crowds watching your videos. You have people that follow regularly that kind of know the story, and then you have people, so each episode somehow, I guess, sort of needs to be a standalone episode. So I just like to update and kind of define, how I do things, how I don't. And I get that question a lot, that exact question, and I'm flabbergasted. How much fat should I eat? And it's just because I will never, there's number one. That's how I like to, kind of define the channel and whatever. I'm not that kind of guy. You need to go, the gurus have all the answers. Poor old Jack just has lots of questions. You need to go to the gurus. I'm not that person. I'm never going to own any macronutrient, any one particular food. I'm not that guy. Oh, you need to eat this much, because I don't believe in these very little narrow prescripts for everybody out there. When somebody asks me that, I'm like, dude, that's like a blind person asking me to describe the color or something outside. I'm just shooting from, I'm imagining stuff. And I'm like, okay, I'm thinking, okay, what's your size? How tall are you? What do you weigh? What's your activity level? Where do you live? How much do you eat? Do you have any health issues? There's just so many different things there that our bodies are all different and they process things differently. One thing I do say is I don't, and I also like to just, state this sometimes too, like what you see is what you get on this channel. I don't eat for my channel. I don't eat for my brand. Although, hey, I have these little conversations with myself. It becomes tempting sometimes. I was thinking the other day, I'm like, man, if I would just flip over and do recipes, or even just do more recipes, do recipes on a regular basis, I'd grow my audience that much. But I do things when I feel them. Probably come fall, when the weather gets cooler again, times change, I probably will feel a little bit more interested in doing recipes. But right now, all I really want to do is eat fruit, and I listen to my body. I'm not giving my body something that it's just not calling for. And when it's summer like this, it's fruit. Because those recipes, I'm telling you, the recipes are where the fat sneaks in. I'm not an extremist on either end, and I don't tell people, no, you shouldn't eat this, yes, you should eat this much or whatever, but the recipes, and that's why I'm not a recipe person, because, there's 2 reasons I'm not a big recipe person, and I don't see any way, unless somebody else was collaborating, that I could do a recipe book, because I'm not willing to do what it takes. I'm not willing to eat that fat over and over and over, tasting my own food until I get the recipe right. I guess unless I was doing a no-fat or a very low-fat recipe book. But that's where it comes from. The recipes always tend to go towards the fat. Yes, we see low-fat. Yes, we see no-fat recipes, but recipe type people always tend to dip too far towards the fat. So yeah, I just don't think the recipe thing has never just been a big thing for me. That's why I like to eat as simple as I do. And there's no one answer. I go through different stages. Like I say, I eat what my body wants. This is summertime right now. I don't hardly eat any fat, and then when I do eat fat, I do like I did yesterday. I had mac and cheese and a pulled jackfruit sandwich. And then, let's see, what am I, oh, no, I am going to have a little bit of fat tonight. I'll probably have just about a tablespoon of tahini. But then I'll go 5, 6, 7, 8 days, and I may not add any fat. So I don't even know what my number is, because I don't do that stuff of like every day eating, you know, very similar. It's all over the board. So, you know, I like to think, and I've kind of used my best guesstimation, that my fat, if you looked at it across a year when I'm going through really low phases, then sometimes I go into higher phases, and you know, when the weather gets cooler, I think it would level out, it would average out for the year at somewhere between 10 and 15%. That they would all kind of balance themselves out. And I'm happy in that range. And I don't think it has to be in this very narrow, does it have to be 10 to 12 or, you know, I don't think it's necessarily, unless maybe you're healing from something, of something specific, something serious, that, you know, 3-4%, you know, I'm just not going to quibble over that. But you have to decide that for yourself right there. All my questions that I get asked, I always go back, recommend two books. Becoming Vegan, and number 2 is Becoming Raw, both by Brenda Davis. They answer so many of these questions, and they give so many good explanations, and she's actually a lot more thorough with what she does than me, just eating willy-nilly. But the fat, there's the extremist on both ends, and I don't think, you know, I think you're just missing the point when you stress about macros like that. You know, there's the ones that are just uber. They're always, even subconsciously, it's, well, only a quarter of an avocado. The people that'll eat a quarter of an avocado, that even when they do eat fat, they're scared of fat. I'm not scared of fat by any means. Like I say, my body just doesn't call for it sometimes. I don't have this big relationship with fat. And that's also something too I've noticed as I was watching a couple of my old videos that I've talked about on fat. Fat does things to people's emotional balance. Let me ask you this. I don't care how much fat you eat. What if I say you should never eat any fat ever again? Or what if I say you should eat 4 avocados every single day? When you talk about fat, people get angry. People have these little angry responses, like you've touched a hot spot. You can do whatever you want to do. I'm not coming to anybody's house to take your avocados. I'm not coming to anybody's house to take your nuts. You can eat, you might have a room, one of these rooms. I'm imagining a room that's packed with nuts. You know how kings used to keep gold and silver and treasures? I'm seeing a room packed with nuts. I don't care how much fat you eat. I'm talking about what I do. I'm talking about what I think about it. But I just find that very interesting. That's the psychological person in me. I find responses very interesting. And every time almost that I'll do a video about fat, I'll have one comment or something. And they're not even necessarily negative, like scathing or whatever, but you've made somebody mad. You've told them something that is like, and hey, you don't need my permission, but it's almost like you've taken their permission away to eat as much fat as they're eating. But you need the healthy fat, you need this and that, blah, 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 blah. Some people even pop off like that. Well, it's the healthy fat. And they're like, they get so angry. And I'm like, why are you getting so angry, brah? Eat what you want to eat. You're getting a little bit angry because I think somebody's getting too close to home. And I think when people are eating, nobody deep down feels great eating all that fat. Or no, let me take that back. There will be an exception out there. There's some people, yep, you're going to tell me, wait, you're the one. You're going to, oh, but I feel great when I eat high fat. Okay, you're the exception. You probably can drink motor oil and you're all right too. But for most people, you're fooling yourselves. You're like, we want things. We like those kind of things. There's a psychological, somebody help me out here. There's a psychological term, or there's a condition, it's called like this. We like humans latch onto this. Like every time these reports come out, like this keto stuff where you put butter in your coffee and they tell you, eat all the bacon, eat all the fat, eat all the cheese you want and you're okay. People want, you know why people follow that stuff? You know why people believe it? They want to. Because of course we do. What if I came out with an ad and said, do all the cocaine you want to do, no repercussions, you'll be all right. Well, yes. But that's not exactly how it is, you know. So, I mean, you've got to put a little, you know, I got to admonish people a little bit. Don't be so lazy with this. Don't be so lazy. This is my prized possession. This is carrying me through life. Okay, consciousness is not necessarily the body, and maybe, you know, we identify too much with the body, but as of right now, this is carrying me through life. So in the end, no matter what somebody tells you on YouTube, no matter what somebody tells you in a book, it is your responsibility. You are the gatekeeper. Information coming into you is like information. There should be a part to your personality that's a component of you that's like the gatekeeper, that filters and is responsible for all knowledge and applications of that knowledge that are coming into your body. You are responsible. So don't ever, ever blame anybody, even your beloved gurus, who I'm not that big of a fan of. Don't go blaming them when they tell you some crazy shit to do and you go do it. And then you don't, and then you get the results that common sense would tell you you're going to get. And then you get mad at somebody else. This is all about us, people. This is all about you. This is all about me. I can't put anything about my health on anybody else other than myself. Because these two hands, nobody's got me strapped down. Nobody's putting food in my mouth. Nobody's doing it. I control what I do. And, you know, that's a powerful feeling. And that's why I came to this lifestyle in the first place. Because I had the control. I'm not sitting around going, why don't I feel really good today? Why do I have indigestion? Why do I have this? How do I get more energy? I know, because I do it every day. I feel it every day. So yeah, I can't tell you how much fat to eat. I like to keep it lowish. Lowish, what does that mean? 10 to 15 to 18%? Some people are going to go over that, and you're going to explain, and you're already typing, you're going to tell me why, and you're going to write a couple of paragraphs about why. I don't care why you eat it. I'll glance through it and I'll be, okay, that's nice, but I don't care. I really don't care how, why, motivations, what you eat. I just want to kind of share with you what I do. Take with it what you will, or take from it what you will. So anyhow, let's all get out there and have a fantastic week. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. If you like it, please give me a thumbs up. And of course, I'll see you again tomorrow, unless something happens. Peace.